Hey there, Cancer, welcome to your reading for this time. You have this card. It says a new romantic cycle begins. You also have this card that says your commitment is being tested, so we'll have to see what that's about. But you have the Ace of Cups, which definitely could be love. You have the Page of Pentacles, which could be a new person coming in for you. I always look at the Page of Pentacles as like a new communication. So, this could be something that could start as communication. And it could be an earth sign. It could be any sign, It could also be a fixed sign as well. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. With the Wheel of Fortune, as I always say, it could be any sign, just find a good person, that's all that matters. But you have the Ace of Cups, the Strength card, and the Page of Pentacles in your first row. The Ace of Cups could definitely be a love offer with the new romantic cycle begins, if you want love. And so, this could be a solid connection that's coming in for you. Clearly, I think you have to let go of something from the past, which I'm pretty sure we have talked about in recent readings for you, Cancer. The Ten of Swords is kind of like, I personally think the Ten of Swords is a good card because he is dead, and so it doesn't get much worse than that. And, his next step is to realize that he is dead and to get up off the ground and to have a new beginning. So, it's like the Ten of Swords can hurt, but that doesn't necessarily make the card a bad card. He could have been through something and he needs to release whatever he's been through so that he can have a positive new beginning. And the Ten of Swords, he's also making the same symbol, by the way, right here, that the Hierophant is making right here. So the symbol represents a blessing, and the Ten of Swords can represent a blessing in disguise. So if you are attracting something new, you could be seeing how a new connection is actually going to be a blessing in disguise. As always with you, Cancer, I would definitely focus on flow. If there's one key word that I would give to Cancer, it would be flow, as in like getting into the flow, doing things that do flow. Again, if you're banging your head against the wall trying to do anything, like in work and business and love with your health, then it's probably not what you're meant to do. Again, I would pay very close attention to results that you're getting, and if you're getting results, then commit. You have that card, it says your commitment is being tested, and I feel like this is saying like, commit to the things that are working and get rid of the rest. You have the Strength card. The Strength card is about developing a lot of inner strength. She is taming this lion. The lion represents like her inner voice or her inner demons, and so she has done a lot of work on herself. And I feel like you have probably already done a lot of work on yourself, and it might be time, with the star here. The star can sometimes say that it's time to shine. It's like time for you to stand out, or it's time for you to get attention. And so it might be a good time for you to kind of like stand out in some way, or for you to get the attention you deserve in life, and that's what I would do with the star card. You have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles can represent someone new again. So, and we go up to the Ten of Swords to the Hierophant, we go over the Wheel of Fortune to the Hierophant and to the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be a really solid connection. But again, the Ten of Swords would say that you have to let go of the past if this is love. I also am a big fan of education right now, like self-education. The reason I always talk about this is because of Neptune and Pisces. Yes, Neptune will be moving into Aries, but I don't care. When a planet leaves a sign, you are not done working with the energy. So even in the years ahead and beyond, you still have to implement the lessons you learned from the astrology. And so Neptune and Pisces, it kind of makes it hard to see the path that we're on. Neptune is a delusional planet. And, Neptune, I believe part of the challenge of Neptune and Pisces is that the universe is trying to teach people to trust themselves. Like, can you start something like a project or relationship or whatever, and, can you see it through to the end without needing, feedback, without needing people to tell you that you're on the right path? Can you do it with just your own intuition, right? Can you do it by trusting yourself? And one great way to get over those fears is education. So that's why education is so important, and I would just make sure that if there's something you don't know, that you learn about it. Just that simple. And, if you do that, you will be successful. With the Ten of Cups, you have Ace of Cups. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard. I would say I would definitely be making time for things that get you into the flow. The Ace of Cups doesn't have to be love. Could just be your energy overflowing. There are things that we can do to cause our energy to overflow: hobbies, spending time with family, doing things we enjoy. And, I would be making more time to do those things because the Ace of Cups wants you to be in the flow. The more you're in the flow, usually the better things go. With the Strength card, you have the Wheel of Fortune again. You've been very patient is what this says. It's like you've been patiently working to create a turnaround in your life with the Wheel of Fortune. And so, this is good. This could definitely say that you are going to be experiencing a turnaround finally, and it's probably something you've been working towards for a long time. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups here. Again, definitely something that needs to be released so that you can have something good in your life, whether it's a new connection or something else doesn't really matter. But the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that no longer serves you. And like I said in your past readings, I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. I think this is something that we've talked about quite a bit in your past readings. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Infinite Possibilities card. It says you're on the right path. Favorable energies are guiding you at this time. Amazing. But you're going to have to trust those energies, like I said. If you're looking for people to be like, oh, you're doing a good job. Or if you're looking for people to pat you on the back, or if you're looking for feedback. Sometimes I think we start something and then we get nervous because there's like no real proof that we're moving in the right direction. If it feels right, as in if you are drawn to do something, then you're on the right path and that's what you need to trust. You have this Toxic Triggers card. It says find the strength to remove yourself from toxic influences in your life. And so, with the Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, you definitely could be removing toxic influences, and this could be anything. So, I think that would be a good idea with the Ten of Swords. You have the Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Swords, and the Five of Swords. I would be careful of repeating a cycle with really anything, not just a person. I mean, this could be a person, but, it could be anything that's trying to repeat in your life, and that could be the toxic trigger. And I would be careful. We have Venus going retrograde in Pisces, and so that is definitely going to affect you. And now it doesn't have to be love. It could be anything that has been a negative cycle. And I feel the Wheel of Fortune in your reading is kind of like saying you need to protect your peace. You have this Peace card coming up next. We'll talk about it. And I feel this is saying protect your peace and do not repeat something that you shouldn't be repeating. With the Wheel of Fortune and, plain and simple, the Ten of Swords says that maybe you were stabbed in the back or you reached rock bottom because of toxic triggers or something like that. Like I said, I feel pretty good about this because we go up to the Hierophant. We have the Blessing showing up here. So you might be seeing how, something is a blessing in disguise, like how something that didn't work from your past or, something maybe like a person, place, or thing that left your life could actually have been a blessing and not something that was meant to hurt you. It's probably moving you in a new direction. We also have the Star here, and so the Star is, of course, a card of taking care of yourself. It is a card of hope, faith, and renewal, but you have to renew yourself. It's kind of a card of self-care, kind of like the Empress. So I would make sure that you're taking care of yourself with the Star card. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can represent a separation or walking away from something, which I kind of feel like you clearly are doing that with this reading. And like I said, I feel that would probably be a good thing with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is kind of like a card of winning at all cost, but I feel like what you need to realize is that if you are cutting something out of your life, you are, basically walking away the winner with the Five of Swords. So, that's what I would focus on with that Five of Swords energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is focusing on permanence. Now, it does not surprise me that you would be getting a card like this. I feel a lot of people, but definitely you, Cancer, are probably focusing on building solid foundations in your life. And I personally consider the King of Pentacles to be the card of building a solid foundation. And this could be in any area of your life. He focuses on longevity, things that last a long time, and that's probably what you're doing here. With the Ten of Swords, you have the King of Cups. King of Cups is about trusting your emotions. King of Cups has explored his emotions to a very deep level, and now he is using those emotions to guide him forward. And I would be trusting those emotions. I would be trusting your positive emotions. I would also be trusting your inner strength with the Strength card here. I do feel like some of you could be attracting someone who is kind of like a King of Cups, King of Pentacles. They could be very, intuitive. Very, well, not logical, they could be very intuitive. They could have very deep emotional strength. And they could also be very grounded. And they could also be very grounded and very stable. So it could be any sign, like I said. I mean, you literally have everything here. But you could be attracting a person like that. With the Five of Swords, you have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands. I'm just getting that, that there's something better than what you've experienced so far. Three of Wands is a card of expansion and looking into the future. Eight of Wands is like quick success or quick movement. This, to me, he is looking at brighter horizons on the Three of Wands, like he is looking for something better. And so I feel that you, with the Eight of Wands, it's like that there's something better. And then it doesn't matter which way we go from here. It's like you are heading towards something better in life. So I feel like you're moving towards bigger and better things. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Thinker card and this Peace card. I feel like you're thinking too much is what I would say. The Thinker card, it's like, there's this higher level above her here, and it's kind of hard to see on this card, but there's a face right here that's looking at her from this like higher plane over here. And the card itself says to me that it's time for you to level up. It's like you're clearly thinking about doing something that could level up your life, and I would do it. The Peace card, I feel, is saying that it's, important that you protect your peace at this time. You have the Hierophant, the Star, and the Queen of Swords. The Hierophant, again, in this situation, I feel, is representing blessings coming in for you. He is blessing these two people in front of him, and, a lot of you could be receiving blessings by entering into new, kind of like into your like a new world now. The thing I always say about the Hierophant is he communicates with like heaven, from heaven down to earth. So he is communicating the messages he's receiving down to earth. But, it's like you could be, stepping into your dream life or like whatever your vision for your life is, but you have to bring it down, right? And the King of Pentacles says you have to ground this vision in reality. The other thing is I would be careful of rules with the Hierophant. Now, I don't think the Hierophant is in a challenging position in your reading, but he definitely thinks too much inside the box. He's not willing to really, break the rules. He's not really willing to color outside the lines. But it's like sometimes in life we have to do that. And of course, I'm not encouraging anyone to break the law or anything like that, but it's like sometimes we have to bend the rules to get to where we're going. It's like if you look at any movie like Harry Potter, right? Harry Potter is a jerk, and Harry Potter breaks all the rules in all the movies. So it's like sometimes you have to, be the hero of your own story, or whatever you want to call it. And that's kind of what I get on the Hierophant. With the Star card, Star would also represent blessings. Star can also represent receiving a wish. I do feel there's something here about you kind of, stepping into the light. We also have the Hanged Man right next to the Star card. The Hanged Man has gained enlightenment for the first time. And, again, if you're gaining answers or if there are things that which I think you do because we have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands right here, it's almost like that there's a better direction for your life or there's a better way that you could move. Then, I think moving in that direction is going to clearly lead to success. You also have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords also tells me that you already know here, Cancer. She has clouds only halfway up her body, meaning she sees things clearly for the first time. And so I feel like you are seeing the future more clearly for the first time, and that could be leading to a lot more success and abundance and growth for you, which is great with the Queen of Swords. And I would be focusing on your vision with the Hierophant. And yes, you have the Four of Pentacles holding on too tightly to the past. There's clearly something that you have to let go of from the past. A lot of people are dealing with this right now because of Neptune and Pisces. Again, Neptune and Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional belief. The Hierophant is traditional belief. So, with Neptune leaving Pisces and it will retrograde back into Pisces after moving forward, it's like there could be some sort of, challenge that you are experiencing in regards to what you have always thought to be true about something in your life. And I know I'm speaking very generally here, but it's like Neptune and Pisces. It's like maybe you were raised to believe that the sky is blue and the ground is green, but maybe you're discovering that it's the other way around somehow. And, that is going to shake up your worldview. But the Four of Pentacles is about being flexible enough to see the truth. With the Star card, you have the Truth, the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect, like if I do X, do I get Y? And if the answer is yes, then keep going. The Ace of Swords, the Justice card is about kind of the truth, and the Justice card is in a neutral position. It's like sometimes with the Hierophant, I think we think to ourselves the world works this way, right? We all have those beliefs where we believe that certain things should go a certain way because we said so. And the Justice card says no. The Justice card says no, you need to be flexible enough to see the truth, as in like what is actually working. One of my hobbies, right? There are people, believe it or not, I'm going to blow your mind right now, Cancer, there are people who believe the earth is flat still, right? So one of my favorite things to do is to watch these debates with people who know that the earth is obviously round with the flat earthers, and they are just not willing to see X equals Y. It's like we can make observations and they are true, right? So it's like I think you need to be flexible enough. And what this is saying is that, no matter what your belief system is, that sometimes the truth is the truth and we just have to accept it. And I know I'm speaking very generally right now, but it's like maybe in business or work or relationships, you've always believed that things should go one way, but there could be a better way. And I feel the whole reading is basically saying there's probably a better way. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be in like resting, relaxing, recovering mode. Just that. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Compassion card and this Relax card. I love when people tell me to relax, Cancer. I'm sure you do too. But the Compassion card, I feel, is about, especially with the Star card, this would be about you having compassion for yourself and like taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, all that other stuff. The Relax card with the Four of Swords, I would definitely say, resting, relaxing, recovering would be a good thing for you right now. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Five of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles is usually like some sort of big opportunity that could be coming in for you at this time. And so there could be a really like solid opportunity coming in for you, and it could be for anything that you want. It's probably something you wish for. And again, I would be flexible enough to, be willing to change, right? Or I would be flexible enough to kind of like do things in a different way with the Ace of Pentacles, and I think that will lead to the most success for you. You have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is about having been in Hanged Man mode. Especially in the good stuff, I like the Hanged Man because it would say that you have gained enlightenment like he has right here, and now you are moving forward. Now you are choosing to make progress. So you definitely could be getting off of this tree. It's a tree of knowledge and wisdom, but it's basically saying you've learned enough about your current situation, and now you're entering into a new situation. You have the Five of Wands. Yeah, I would really encourage all water signs to be very, don't shy away from competition. I think water signs are kind of like in this time where they need to be bold, assertive, and also I think you need to think that you're right. It's like sometimes I think water signs, just go along to get along, right? And so it's like you're not willing to maybe speak up sometimes when you know you're right about something. And this isn't, you don't have to be a jerk or anything like that when you do this, but I feel you need to have the confidence to like speak up when you are right about something. And this could be in like work or business or career or whatever, and I would do it with the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Two of Cups. You always get the Two of Cups with me now. So definitely could be a person who's different than your usual type. We do have a little bit of love here. So if you want love, this could be a really solid love connection. Two of Cups usually starts as communication, so, you might just start talking to a person and it kind of goes from there. With the Hanged Man, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Definitely a change in direction. I mean, Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is what you're working on, is it worth it? Or is there a better way to do things? And we have the Justice card, wrong camera, we have the Justice card right here. So it's like saying he's looking and analyzing the work that he's done, and he's kind of like weighing up his options. And so a lot of you could be making changes because of the results. Again, it is almost like you are becoming more results focused. Like you might be saying, I believe this, but the results say that the truth is something different, so I'm going to make a change. And it feels like work to me, by the way, so you could be making a change in work. With the Five of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely something new entering into your life. Again, it doesn't have to be love. This could basically be anything that's coming in for you. But, I feel like there could be like a new information, good news coming in for you with that card. You have this Ladder card. It says climbing towards success. It is a very successful reading. A lot of growth here, like what I would describe as personal growth with the Strength card and the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes with Strength and Wheel of Fortune together, it's kind of like we are recognizing the cycles that are happening in our lives. And most people, just every day is the same, they just live in Groundhog Day. So the wheel is just, constantly spinning. They're just living the same thing over and over and over again. Strength would be having the strength to realize that you have to make changes to change your destiny. And that's probably what you're doing with this card. You have this haystack card. It says karma, you will reap what you have sown. I think there's positive karma coming in for you with this card. You have this leg card. It says stepping into new experiences. Yes, I mean, like literally, if you want to change your life, you have to do new things. And so I feel like you're just doing new things with this card. You have this bat card. It says take care, enemies are working against you. Mars retrograde, again, everybody gets these cards during Mars retrograde. And so Mars retrograde, especially in Leo, could be people having ego reactions, things like that. So definitely something I would pay attention to. You have a scales card. It says keep your life in balance. The whole entire reading, I mean, you have the new moon of Libra. It says a new romantic cycle begins, but it's Libra. Could be balance. You have the Justice card. Didn't you have another balance card or something like that? I'm not sure. But whatever, I would keep your life in balance. Two of Pentacles as well. But this looks really good, Cancer. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your time ahead.